have their own takeaways. Abe could help me out.
So the WhatsApp number is 054-998-6996.
Yeah.
What did you like the most about yesterday's inauguration of the new president and the new vice president? Send us a WhatsApp message.
Okay, so Kofi says, there's one thing I observed. The program was slated to start at 11 a.m. The president-elect arrived at 10:48 a.m. and by 10:56 a.m., the program had already started with the swearing in of the vice president. Timing was great. May it continue like this. Also, the number of foreign dignitaries, especially from African brothers that attended, shows the good faith shown to the new government. Lastly, the setup for the program was very excellent.
Very.
It's telling how committed we can be if we want to. This is Kofi from Kade. Okay.
So he's given a lot of things. Timing, the arrangement of the place.
Yes.
And
also, my takeaway was the warm interaction between the president and the former vice president.
Yeah.
That moment was nice to behold. JDM has shown real maturity in the political game. The resounding cheer for the Burkinabe head of state was surreal as well. This is from Meshach. Okay, so my takeaways. I think it was a nice touch by John Dramani Mahama in his speech to mention the relationship between himself and the outgoing president. I think that it was meant to douse
a lot of the tension
in the system. He spoke about the very informal nature
of their relationship.
I
was even surprised.
Yes,
I was surprised.
Very surprised. Like somebody who said he's the only person who calls him Johnny.
And they knew each other since 96 professionally.
You know, so in spite of what the public sees, they've always had a really, really warm relationship. Very
informal relationship.
He said this very early.
Yes.
In his speech.
Yes.
That means he didn't want it to get drowned out by all the other things that he wanted to say. It was for a reason that it was placed really high up
at the beginning,
so that it would resonate with everybody. And I think it's a good way to extend an olive branch to the side. It's also a good way to just let this country as well, because of course the NPP supporters and DPC supporters, people who might run with along with the rhetoric that the two don't get along.
Because some are still arguing on the WhatsApp platforms.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the two men at the top, they've decided to move on.
Yes.
You, the people who are not even directly related, you are still fighting.
It was a very nice touch for me. And then second one was just the general organization. You know, I'm a big fan of large scale events and how they are carried out. And I think that with all those who were responsible for what we saw on television yesterday.
Amazing. I mean, drone shots and the production.
That's what I'm talking about.
Coordinated.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about all aspects of what we saw yesterday. It might have been chaotic on the ground, but I wasn't on the ground to deal with that. I'm saying that in terms of what was delivered for the world to watch,
I'm telling
as
you,
a representation of
incredible.
How Ghana carries out an inauguration was a testament to Ghanaian excellence. I liked it
on every level.
I liked it. I wish we had then
let's make this more regular.
Let's
make this more a habit.
If we had maintained the Independence Square well, and we haven't maintained it well, let me say this, which is why we had the AstroTurf there,
and we had to bring all those
cover the ground, because the ground is horrible if you go there. But aside that, it was beautiful. You know, the different stages. Red means this. You could see the gold,
it was very clear.
See the green.
And if you have your tag, the color of the tag
matches
where you are supposed to be.
The days was there.
It was. Jubi did a report with Mr. Totime.
Right.
Is it Totime or Tometi? Tometi on the day before. There was a method to it.
You know, so for me,
so you like the former president?
I like the
president's speech.
I like
the organization.
I like the production.
The production
of the organization. Like I said, I wasn't there, so
the production.
But the production that was put on television for the world to watch, everything was clear.
And I need to say that our production team was packed. So what they did was that they invited the production team of the major media houses, Channel 1, TV3, Metro, GTV, and Co, to go and have a series of meetings. So there were portions that were supplied for all of us, and there were portions that we had to add. And so you could tell that there was no stress. The media knew exactly where they were supposed to be. And I think it's really good organization. So that's number 2 for you.
And the last one, quite a few, if I don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Then I liked the fact that we had a lot of Africa show up.
Oh yeah.
You see, because
Find the list of the leaders who came. Find the list.
It speaks to the status of Ghana. Ghana has always been a big boy on this continent, although our economics has not helped us to take that place alongside South Africa and Egypt in terms of what we are capable of. But in terms of relevance as a country, Ghana has always been relevant. And yesterday was an indication of, was a manifestation of that relevance. You had very important heads of states.
Do you have the list?
Yeah.
We'll go to that shortly. Sure. Yeah, but I want you to finish the point.
We had very important heads of state show up. We had very important dignitaries show up. It's not the first time dignitaries have shown up or heads of state.
But the numbers were a lot.
But these were quite a few active heads of state who didn't send representation. They showed up themselves.
Even from just off the top of your head, I think Senegal came.
Yeah, Senegal was here.
Rwanda came.
Was
Nigeria
here.
Was
Nigeria was guest of
Burkina was here.
Burkina. And up until the morning when the Burkinabe leader showed up, the expectation was that he was sending a rep.
But he came himself.
Yeah, so him showing up was actually a surprise for them.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Namibia came.
Namibia was here. Yeah.
Kenya
came. My people came
with Mudavadi and Samuel Ruto. Showed up. So yesterday was a manifestation of Ghana's status as a major player on the continent. And
do you get the sense that Africa is proud of Ghana's democracy, and they sort of use it to tell people that there are democracies here that can be very high quality just from the outside?
Yeah,
because there isn't a lot of positive stories like the way we do ours. Every 8 years there's an election that changes, like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not very common to have that in Africa. If you look at the list, it's not very common.
There is that, and also to be associated with Ghana, like I said, based on our status, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you've had a horrible week as an African leader, and
then you end up in
Ghana for 2 days, you can get some positive headlines from it for 2 days when you return home before the attack.
You know that even in the nation of Kenya on Monday, their front page, 2 stories on Ghana.
Yeah.
That Ruto was coming to Accra, and that Ruto was hoping to use the meeting in Accra to push the candidature of Raila, because according to them, he was going to meet a dozen
other leaders here.
They didn't even know it would be 19.
Yes. All right. So he could campaign, one-stop shop campaign.
And they showed this beautiful photo of Mahama, Ruto, and what's his name? Raila sat in his farm like triangle, big, beautiful shot. And they did. You know that they did The Nation. They do write a good article. So did a very good story on Ghana, Kenya.
For me, those 3 were my.
So you like the speech by the president?
And not the entire speech, but
your highlight.
The highlight was that.
The highlight, and then the production.
World class.
And then
all the people, congratulations.
The production, and then of course the African leaders descending on the country.
Yes.
I think we should single out Tomati. Have you already celebrated him?
I think
I've done
it's
that.
Teamwork. Good. So all the people who helped put it up, the leaders, whatever it was, everybody did a magnificent job for what we saw on television.
For me, what for me stood out, in addition to what you said, you see, one of the reasons why the viewing experience was good for almost every station was the pre-production. Right? And I think it should also be a lesson as to how to go about things in the future. When it's a national event, let's nationalize it. So you had KNet was there, Silicon House. So we used what we had.
The resources.
We didn't go and bring some, at least we don't know whether we went to bring some foreign company with some plenty budget. But they used the local good guys. They prepared. Our JB and OJ were in meetings. They were planning. You get me? So it tells you that and for me it's important because see, excellence should not always be something we borrow from Japan or China or America or UK. It has to be something we should do here. We know that South Africa is very good at production. When they do these football things, they are very, very excellent at it. And I think we are improving. So that was great. You mentioned the gay thing. I'll come back. Sorry, you mentioned the 3 women thing. I'll come back to you. I wanted to just announce that it's 7:59. We're going to bring you Tech and Social Media Trends shortly, and then when we're done, we will go back to the inauguration of the new president. We will play some highlights of the speech and some interviews for you. But at 9 o'clock, there's there's
Effective Living series.
What are we doing today?
We are talking about new mindset needed to excel in a tumultuous world, and our guest is Michael Hine Efa, co-founder, Lead Afrique International with Apioko Seyram Abe. Fantastic conversation.
Watch out for that at 9 o'clock. But it's 8 o'clock time for.
And Telecel says Fixed Broadband has an amazing package for you this season. We're introducing a too much Christmas offer, which gives you a whopping 150% bonus data for just 150 Ghana Cedi extra. Do this and experience the magic of the season. Simply dial star 900 hash. Visit www.telecel.com.gh. Download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to the too much Christmas offer. Telecel, connecting energies. And tech and social media trends is also brought to you by First Bank Ghana. If you are sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System PAPS, you can do that. All you will need is to visit any of our branches with your cash and your money is transferred. To receive the money, then you will need an account with us. Call this number to find out more. 0596 921 921.
Well, Susu Graham is back, hopefully with a better voice. Monday.
After chilling.
Susu Graham.
Does it sound better?
Much better than Monday.
Okay.
I hope you rested your voice yesterday.
Small. I'm trying.
So what's trending today?
Nearly all the trends are inauguration related. So inauguration 2025, Ghana, Tinubu, Burkina Faso, teleprompter. Because a lot of people were impressed by Mohammed's speech, but he was reading off. They thought he was going off the dome. So that was also another one. People saying he's not doing it. People saying he's doing it.
So people don't know that leaders can use teleprompters so skillfully that they will appear extempore.
They had to, and
they didn't know.
It's because the shots often, even when they show it and you don't know what it is,
you won't know what it is.
And also, the thing is, because it's in front of the camera, people have never used one before. I guess they don't know that it's it's like with the
so
camera.
They won't see
so you are looking straight at the camera and you are reading. They won't really.
And many people don't know what a prompter is.
I get you.
Yeah.
So they were wow.
Yeah, I mean, even when he was there the first time, he was addressing Parliament and all these official engagement. Majority of the time, he used it.
But he's also good at using it because you need to learn the skill of swinging your head from left to right.
Yeah, because
yes,
exactly. It was really good.
If that is
Fentio mentioned the same thing, that the way he's moving his head, it will make you not even get.
No, but Bahama is a great communicator.
Oh yeah,
so he delivered well. So it's trending.
Yeah, the only kind of inauguration trend was Isaac and Arsenal.
Hold on, before that. Yeah. All we are saying is that the speech, yes, it was written and it was on some device
called a teleprompter.
A teleprompter. So he was reading off that.
Yes.
So
and he read it well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you thought he was reading from. He was just speaking from his head.
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful.
Yes. So the only known kind of Ghana political trend for us is Arsenal and Isaac. Okay. Because for those who are interested in football, there was the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final last night.
Newcastle show Arsenal where power lies.
Exactly. and Arsenal lost 2-0 to Newcastle.
Serious.
They created chances, they didn't take them. That's the small analysis.
Played well. But Newcastle is on fire.
Yeah, Newcastle they are playing very well. They are playing very well. Now, just a little tech news. So, a man in America was trying to catch a flight. So he booked a self-driving taxi. So there's some self-driving taxis, and the self-driving taxi decided it wasn't ready to drive. So it was just driving him in circles, and he wasn't really moving.
Didn't know where he was going, and they couldn't come out of the car.
He was trying to get to the airport, so he was very hot. Yeah, so very.
No, it means we should hasten slowly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we should hasten slowly. We should figure this thing out better.
No, you see, those are challenges with technology sometimes. Better, you see, sometimes taxi drivers, human beings get it wrong.
I think we should
that doesn't mean that we should throw human beings away. So AI has its own. That's the truth. You're saying we should.
When we used to say, SARS. SARS.
The driving I see now, I'm ready to bring the machines. So I'm ready for the machine.
You saw the drone shots that drones gave us yesterday. So AI, yes. Please, better allow AI.
The driving I've been seeing, we should remove humans
and put.
I think you should change your name to Richard AI Sky.
No.
Looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank if it no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. Me tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed do, I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
What if we told you that your next adventure is just a tap away? That's right. With Republic Bank Visa Credit Card, it's your time to win a staycation at some of Ghana's luxury beach resorts, 5-course dinner, a full-day spa service, or the ultimate, an all-expense paid trip to Dubai, the city of gold. Every tap brings you closer to winning in the Tap Win and Fly with Republic Bank promo. Whether it's Infinite, Adishi, or Classic Credit Card, just keep tapping to win. New customers are welcome. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Yafimi give us the vibe. Now, Inshona Chile makes you thrive.
Yes, so it's time to enjoy, Charlie. Buy or renew your motor insurance and boom! Free fuel coupons and airtime for your sweat. Who don't like enjoyment?
From January to June 2025, Enterprise Insurance gives you more reasons to smile on the road. Insure today and enjoy free fuel coupons for your car and airtime for your phone.
Free fuel? Airtime too? Enterprise Insurance, always your advantage.
Inshona Chile. It's simple. Insure and enjoy. Ready to secure your peace of mind and experience the fastest claims payment? Visit any of our branches or agency outlets nationwide. Connect with your insurance broker or enjoy the convenience of buying your insurance online through the Enterprise Advantage app today. Terms and conditions apply.
Enterprise, your advantage. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Stepping up. Stepping out, stepping out. Open sesame, here comes Rastaman. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Stepping out, stepping out. Oh, I'm stepping out, stepping out. Invisible music, beam me up to the cradle of sound. Rhythm and dance. You cannot see it nowhere on earth. Can this reggae be found? I said, I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Rain down, rain down, rain down, brimstone, thunder and lightning, hurricane, ooh, cyclone.
11 minutes past 8, Citi Breakfast Show. Real estate is a key part of every wealth portfolio. That's why you need to make it a point to own some. This year, Apollonia City is offering you a chance to own premium plots of land at competitive prices up to a 3-year payment plan. Our service lands come with access to water and electricity, tarred roads, solar-powered street lights, access to health, speed internet, and so much more. We have beautifully crafted 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes for you to choose from. With the construction of the Adenta to Dodowa Highway underway, you are sure that the property you acquire is sure to appreciate exponentially. Call Apollonia City on 0275 577 577. And let's talk about Affinity. It's an app, super easy to use. They've got loans accessible and affordable. But the real magic is no monthly fees, no transaction fees. Imagine banking where you don't have to keep an eye on those extra charges sneaking in. But here's what really sets Affinity apart. It's for people like you, the ones with big plans, small business, side projects, or just the drive to make things happen. So you're not just getting a bank, you're joining a community that's on your side. So dial *229# to get the app, or check out affinityghana.com. With Affinity, you're not just banking, you're in. Enterprise is your advantage. From now till June 2025, Enterprise Insurance is giving you more reasons to smile on the road. Buy or renew your existing motor insurance policy and enjoy amazing rewards, free fuel coupons for your car, and airtime for your phone. It's that simple. With over 100 years of trusted experience, we are here to secure you peace of mind. Visit any branch, connect with your insurance agent or broker, or use the Enterprise Advantage app for convenience and enjoy free fuel coupons and airtime instantly. Enterprise Insurance is rated by the GCR for financial strength and claims payability AAA. Enterprise, your advantage.
And African Regent Hotel is asking you to treat your family to great celebrations, because over there they provide you with delightful welcome drinks, mouth-watering delicacies, and soothing melodies in a relaxed atmosphere. They have great accommodation as well for your getaways. And if you're planning of a conference, you need the equipment for meetings, parties, events, they are just a call away. They have the Zong on Fridays where you enjoy a beautiful ambience at 6 p.m. So call or WhatsApp 0268 265 386 or 0302 765 180. To make reservations, email them mkt@african-regent-hotel.com. African Regent Hotel, simply Afropolitan.
I'll bring you a quick highlight of yesterday's speech, and then I'll bring you some more reactions. What was your most what impressed you the most about yesterday's event? Here's a highlight of Mohammed's speech.
While Ghanaians take great pride in our thriving democracy, They are deeply dissatisfied with the quality of governance over the years and have openly voiced that dissatisfaction through the decisive actions that they undertake at the elections. Our people also understand that democracy is not just a token adorned with periodic elections followed by pomp and pageantry with the establishment of a new government. They expect that if democracy is celebrated as a superior means of governance, then its outcomes must be more tangible and benefit them in their individual lives. Any honest introspection and reflection on the pulse of our nation would reveal that many within our population do not feel that they have benefited from or partaking in this democratic dividend. Where people buffeted by severe economic crisis and hardships, and in the last few years we have lurched from crisis to crisis. But there is hope on the horizon. Today should mark the beginning of a new opportunity. An opportunity for us to make a difference in our governance and our economic management. We shall reset our dear nation, Ghana. To the millions of my fellow countrymen and women who joined long queues and waited in the sun for their turn to vote for me, you have my sincerest thanks for honoring me. My firm, immutable assurance is that your vote will matter in the work that I'll do to make a difference in the destiny of this dear nation of ours. Your courage to bring change will not go in vain. Our nation was born with much promise. That promise would seem hazy and in doubt now because of all that has happened in the past. But I urge you, my fellow countrymen, not to be sucked into a state of perpetual pessimism. For some time, our country has urgently needed leadership with an unwavering desire to get things done. I, with all humility, assent that I intend to be that leader with your cooperation and your help. As your next leader, I shall strive to exercise sound judgment and be able to make the right calls at the right time. I will have the humility and presence of mind to take responsibility for any challenges and be willing to act firmly and timelessly to resolve the challenges that we face as a nation. Since the elections, I have read and heard the word hope used many times in relation to my presidency and what it should offer the citizens of Ghana. I intend to speak plainly and clearly to you today, and every time I address you subsequently, I intend to always tell you the truth. The circumstances we find ourselves in are indeed dire, but even so, I'll be decisive and swift in my actions. We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption. Actions have always spoken louder than words. With that in mind, I have entered into a covenant with you, the good people of Ghana, in which I have enumerated 26 actions that I'll take within my first 120 days. There is reason for hope, and there is every reason for hope. But we must also have faith, because faith empowers us to trust the things that will happen. With faith, you believe what you know, and that is why we need faith to be able to achieve our reset. We need a reset with the faith we have in our country and our leadership. We need a reset with the faith we have in our institutions. We need a reset with our faith in our dear nation, Ghana. And by that, I mean in all of us, because all of us are Ghana. You are Ghana, and I am Ghana. All of you seated here today, Ghanaian citizens, you are Ghana. The people who you are with or near you as you watch this on television, in your homes, or listen on radio, or follow on social media, are what we call Ghana. I ask that we enter into the covenant with the Ghana we all love and the good people of our country who make up this dear nation. And I ask that you envision a Ghana that you want to live in, a Ghana that you want to leave behind to your children and your grandchildren. What can you do to help build that better Ghana that we all strive for? What behaviors, what attitudes and mindsets can we reset? We need a reset, and we have faith in Ghana's ability to overcome, excel, and be so successful with this reset that it will be difficult to imagine a time when that was not the case. As we stand at this momentous crossroads in our nation's history, I am honored and humbled to accept the mantle of the President of the Republic of Ghana. Today we celebrate a new administration and herald an unprecedented era of opportunity and transformation. With Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman by my side, we are poised to embark on a journey of progress and inclusivity, united in our vision for a more prosperous Ghana. This day is particularly special for us and for every Ghanaian who dreams of a society where barriers are shattered and ambitions are realized. With the inauguration of Ghana's first female vice president, we have turned a significant page in our history. Nana Jane's ascension to the high office is not merely a personal triumph. It symbolizes our collective commitment to fostering a nation where gender equality and female representation are cherished and amplified. This is a powerful testament to the power of diverse voices to shape the future, voices that have the courage to soar beyond our traditional confines. My brothers and sisters, together as we look to the horizon, we reaffirm our dedication to breaking the glass ceiling that has long hindered many from reaching their full potential. Governance that reflects all segments of our population strengthens our democracy and enriches our conversation. We stand committed to enacting policies that empower women and ensure that the door of opportunity is opened wide for our youth and our women, regardless of their background. Together we'll galvanize our efforts to create a society where every Ghanaian can dream, believe, and achieve without any restraints. Remember that great leadership is not defined merely by the offices we occupy, but by the legacy that we leave for future generations. My administration, along with my Vice President, Nana Opoku-Agyeman, will prioritize inclusivity, accountability, and innovation, forging pathways that will lead to the upliftment of all of our citizens. I'm profoundly grateful for this moment, a cornerstone in our journey towards a brighter future for Ghana. In this resounding victory, I see a clarion call, particularly from the youth of Ghana, a generation that is brimming with potential and dreams that are waiting to be realized. This moment the powerful affirmation that your voices matter, that your aspirations are valid, and that your future must be our priority. We're committed to translating your hopes into action and creating opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, employment, and empowerment. Our policies will be tailored to sustain innovation and foster industry that engages today's young minds and equip them with the skills needed for tomorrow's challenges. Together with the private sector and captains of business, we will create decent and well-paying jobs. As we embark on this new chapter, I assure you that our decisions will champion diversity in all facets of governance, ensuring that every Ghanaian, regardless of your ethnicity, your gender, your age, your religion, or any background, will have the opportunity to contribute to our nation's story. Ghana's youth represent the heartbeat of our democracy. Their ambition will drive our policies as we strive to create an inclusive, equitable society where everyone has a seat at the table. Our vision hinges on the introduction and implementation of a 24-hour economy. We envisage an innovative and vibrant 24-hour Ghanaian economy, which will also be anchored in agriculture and agribusiness. This innovative approach would unlock potentials that have long remained dormant, enabling us to harness the energy and creativity of all our people. Just imagine a Ghana where our markets are alive and bustling at all hours of the day, with responsive public services accessible at all times, such that businesses can operate flexibly to meet the diverse demands that they are subjected to. And young people, including entrepreneurs, can find opportunities regardless of traditional institutions. The 24-hour economy model will also bolster job creation for the young people, stimulate local industry, and attract foreign investments, and allow us to build resilient communities and a sustainable future. This vision extends beyond mere economic transactions. It symbolizes empowerment, the empowerment of every Ghanaian to contribute to our national progress. My fellow citizens, this vision will allow us to embrace diversity, to cater to varied lifestyles and preferences, and foster a culture of inclusion, ensure that every citizen can enjoy the fruits of his hard work.
So that was the inaugural speech by the new president. Let's hear a few angles. Doe Ajaho is a former Speaker of Parliament. He spoke to Umaru Sanda Amadu ahead of the inauguration. Had some interesting things to say.
The former Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Doe Ajaho, is actually here. I want to say a quick word to him. Honorable, congratulations on your party's re-election. What has this re-election mean for you, based on everything you have?
And therefore, when you get power, you choose it well to the advancement of the people who elected you. 8 years is gone. A new era has come. For me, it shows that our democracy is maturing. It shows that we are on the right path in terms of multi-party democracy. In spite of all its challenges, at least we have changed government through the ballot box, but not through violence. And this, for me, is a big plus for this country. What we need to work on going forward is to make sure that the electoral violences that we are experiencing over the years, we try to work against it so that we may have a seamless, transition from one government to the other. We don't need to shoot people. We don't need to shed any blood, in actual fact, in order to win political power one way or the other. I think that this is a plus for Ghana's democracy.
Interesting. Now, we'll talk more about the presidency, but let's talk about Parliament, an area you have a lot of expertise and experience on. You've seen what has happened. The victory is huge. But that victory could be a problem or a success for you. Depends on how you use it. What advice would you give to the current parliament on how to, and also you've seen what the 8th parliament was, the 9th parliament. What advice would you give to them on how they can grow and perhaps better themselves?
The party has made a statement already that will use the majority responsibly, and I totally agree with the party position. But minority interests must be protected. I'm a product of parliament, and I have studied parliament all through over the world. I think that we should allow the minority to have their say. Nobody should do anything, anyway, to frustrate them. But let us exercise that majority responsibly, and it should be the betterment of the Ghanaian people. It should be in the interest of the Ghanaian people. It should, where there's need to build consensus, it should build consensus. We should listen to one another in the House. Because the 4th Republican Parliament under the first Speaker, Justice Citi FM, was built on consensus and cooperation. And those were his cardinal words when we entered Parliament in January 1993. So as much as possible, they should try to build consensus. There should be a lot of cooperation. Power should be exercised responsibly by the majority, and minority interests should be protected at all times.
As President Mahama forms his government, we are mindful of the promise he made to choose at most 60 ministers. We also know that majority of them have to come to Parliament. In fact, even if he chooses all 60 ministers from Parliament, he will still have 120 MPs without positions. How do you reckon he can deal with this issue?
Well, I think there should be... Hello.
All right, so I'm just getting dignitaries coming into great the former Speaker of the House. Let me.
I believe that there should be a way out. Indeed, let me be very honest with you. The federal constitutional review, we were trying to see where that provision, the majority should come to Parliament, that clause should be removed. The President of the Republic of Ghana should be given a free to choose a hand for talents. Not everybody will want to go to Parliament to become a minister.
It shouldn't be restricted.
It should not be restricted. I think that is one area that we should amend the constitution and all those. That will also enable Parliament to scrutinize the executive, arm of government more responsibly and scrutinize their work, constructively. But when they are also part of the government and don't forget, everybody in Parliament wants to be a minister, and that is where the problem is.
Who are you going to give the job and who are you not going to give the job?
Absolutely. It becomes a problem.
But you acknowledge that the president has a huge task. Even choosing these ministers, the 60 that there are old guns, there are new entrants, there are people outside Parliament, there are people inside Parliament, and you have 180 MPs who are for you ready to be given jobs. It's going to be a difficult one, don't you think?
Very, very, very difficult. For me, not everybody definitely can be a minister. But what is important is to try and balance it. In the selection, it should be balanced fairly. But more importantly, in my view, once development gets to these constituencies, those MPs become relevant to the aspiration of their people. For me, that is where the focus should be. Because one of the reasons why some want to get into government is that once you're a minister, the chances of talking to your colleague minister to send development to your constituency, the chances are higher. But where the national cake can be distributed equitably to allow everybody to benefit, then there shouldn't be too much worry for those MPs who will not be ministers.
Very well. So your advice to the man who took over from you in office, Alban Sumanakins for Bagman, he's lucky. I don't know if Alajete did twice. Did he do twice? DF. So he's the second person after DF to occupy this office twice. What would be your advice to him, Alban?
Well, I've congratulated him even before the vote was taken, and I told him that we'll be there to assist him. There shouldn't be any problem at all. He's an experienced legislator. We entered Parliament the same year. I entered leadership in 1997. He entered leadership in 2001. And we've worked together. And I think that he should be able to rise up to the occasion.
Edward Koblido Ajaho, the Right Honourable former Speaker of Parliament, speaking to Marusanda Amadou. This was in the build-up to the official inauguration. This is really when they were still settling in. The president-elect hadn't yet come. Julius Debra is the new chief of staff. He has been confirmed by the list that the president sent of his office. And this list was even sent before the inauguration.
Yes.
He interacted with our team on the ground. Here are some of the things he said.
I knew I could be part of the presidential team, but I wasn't too sure because it's the prerogative of the president. But I think in his wisdom, he believes that I could be able to hold his office together.
Was this a way to award you for the job that you have done, staying with the president all these years, from the time he was president 2012 to the time he went into opposition and now he's on? Is that a way to reward you?
Not necessarily. It could be, but not necessarily. I think the main reason is that he's looking for people who can work and people who understand him. And if for nothing at all, I him so much. If there's somebody in this government who could second guess him, then probably I'm the one, because I've spent so much time with him. And in addition to that, I think he's somebody who also rewards loyalty. So maybe that's what he's done.
Speaking about loyalty, the same NDC complained when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president, awarded or rewarded sort of his people who have been loyal to him, whether it been family or not. And we saw some complaints from the NDC. Now he's awarding his, John Mahama is awarding his people. Is that not to say you're not being fair to president?
Well, so you see where it started. You were the one who said that he's probably rewarding loyalty. So naturally I needed to comment on that. But I don't think John Mahama is necessarily going to make his appointment based on people who supposedly are loyal to him. I think the first and foremost thing he's looking for will be competency and one's ability to work. Don't forget that he's got only 4 years and that there's no experiment who can get it rolling, and I think that's exactly what is informing his choice of or selection of the members of the team.
What should we expect in the John Mahama government? I'm sure that you have worked with him, you've had discussions as to how the country is going to head, how you're going to reset the country in your own words. What should we expect?
Well, basically I want to give everybody hope. It's hope, hope, hope. And the question is that, is it possible? Yes, it's possible when you have the right people who are determined to make things happen. And knowing President Mahama, for example, when we were in office, almost every week, each minister was supposed to report to him personally. He picks a chat with you and asks questions as to where you were with an assignment given to you. I believe we are going to go the same way. We're not going to change from that. Plus, you learn a lot of things on the job, and so since he's been at the office before and coming again, you can be assured that we'll try as much as possible to minimize mistakes and to make sure we get everything right.
This means that there's also accountability at the top, just as we should be expecting from.
Yeah, without accountability, nothing works in governance. You have to ensure that people do not abuse their positions and people do the right thing, and especially with regards to management of the fund, public funds. I think it's an area that we need to keep an eye so as to ensure that we limit the wastage if we can even eliminate it.
So Julius Debra also speaking there to Akosia Ottery. It's 8:39. You're listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. What are your big takeouts from yesterday's inauguration? We heard the president's speech. We heard Doa Jaho's interview with Umaru Sanda, and now we heard Julius Debra's quick interview with Akosia Ottery. We'll still reading some comments, and then I'll come to back in studio for highlights from the event. Go for it. A few more comments.
Genesis from Class says my highlight was the declassible on GM's apparel, their meanings and how they were arranged. The point I enjoyed most was when President Mahama addressed Bola Tinubu and completed it with President of Ghana. Dell from Leicester says it was quite sad that the presidential stage was not accessible, especially knowing an ex-president of ours uses an electronic scooter. It was sad that President Mahama had to step down from the stage to greet President Kufuor. when will we begin to consider fellow citizens who are physically challenged?
I think that's an important point.
Yes, very much.
I want to believe it was a genuine omission or an oversight, and perhaps going forward we should address things like that, because the act that governs how we deal with people with such challenges is clear that you need to ensure that those stages, public offices and all of these institutions are accessible.
I think there was one for where President Kufuor was sitting. There wasn't one to the main presidential days.
That's right.
Okay. Bernardino, Burkina Faso's Ibrahim Traore presence and the crowd cheering. Kabute says that was his highlight. Bernardino, I didn't see Napo at the inauguration. This is done from Ashali Boche. Good morning. I strongly disagree with the statement made by the president of Nigeria when he stated that I'm here to work with you. Oh, Charlie!
No, don't do this.
Don't do that. He won't get there. That's what he's saying. Abe could help me out. A few more. Good morning. What I really loved was the superb setup. It really helped improve security. If the black square was opened as previous ones, it would have been chaotic with a large crowd. Above all, the large number of visitors who graced the occasion. Traore made my day with the cheer. Paul Asiwome from Tema. Mama's outfit on point. The arrangement and the decor of the venue also on point. Mama G from Ablekuma. Eric from Kofodia says his take was the speech. He didn't throw jabs at the position. He was cordial and he was considerate. Julius from Dansuman says, I loved how the president read the speech as if he was not reading it until I saw the teleprompter. I was like, wow, great delivery. Yeah, that also generated a whole new debate whether he was reading from memory. Anyway,
it just shows where we are.
David
not everybody
is aware of the intricacies of our craft.
That's what I'm saying.
You maybe see Obama speaking and think he's speaking from up the
that's what I'm
toilet,
saying.
They rarely do.
Most people don't know that they read from teleprompters.
They rarely do.
Most people don't.
In most advanced countries, it's rare for a leader. They will not allow you to speak off the cuff. You can start a war
unless it's an informal conversation.
Yes, it is rare.
Yeah, you have to script it.
Samuel,
but you also do know that some leaders go off script.
Oh yes.
So if you read some of the books by Ahoy, they say Rolling sometimes will just throw away the speech and freeze.
You fold it first. If
you see the fold, you say the people say I should read this thing, and they say if I don't speak, something will happen. But should I move? I should not move. They say
then you will start folding it.
He wants to now talk.
But even with him at major places where you have to speak, he rarely went off.
You read
script. You stay on script. The speech was plagiarism free. In fact, 0% plagiarized. This is BB from Tabora. Good morning. My best moment of the inaugural day was the speech, the clothing and the setup on point. This is Senanu Kule Vome. Don Galus says, what caused my neck to shoot out yesterday, and he puts that in code, was when in his salutations he ascribed his newly acquired title to Tinubu as president of Ghana. My best moment was when President Ibrahim Traore received cheers when he made his entrance. It shows you must appreciate good things when they see one. I would choose a coolie that uses $20 million to build 2 tomato factories for his people than a democratically elected one who uses $58 million to dig a pit. Okay, Rich from Takrade. Hello Bernard and team. What I liked most is the tone and the conciliatory nature of the speech by the president. We must not allow partisan cracks to divide us. This one says Bernard.
Yes,
I loved how Rwanda's president showed up in an African print shirt.
Thank you.
It was a big projection. This is Kobe. Bernard, the reasons you just gave for Ghana's democracy is the more reason why the Burkinabe president should not have been entertained. And Pofua from Adenta. Good morning, team. My takeaways: timely organized events, great setup, great address. Coordination was wow. Good coordination between the past and new heads of state. Disability creative towards those who can't use the same staircase. President Mohammed's outfit and the president of Burkina Faso visiting.
He's not the president.
Yeah, he's not. He's the leader. He's the military leader of the country's head of state. Bernard, President Mohammed is an excellent gentleman. God bless him, and he's a real asset to Ghana. He has a sharp memory. Okay, yes, I think Ben Aplaku, by now you should have been informed. He was reading the speech from a teleprompter that had been placed on his left and on his right. Takeaways, this is Leslie Issa Adam. Applause for Burkina, attendance by many nations, attendance by many Ghanaians. Popular stand was full by 4 a.m. GM spoke with magnanimity. Production and setup was excellent.
Wow.
President Mohammed's speech was excellent. However, one thing I was expecting from the president, I didn't hear, was to observe a minute's silence for those killed during the elections, to let Ghanaians in the world at large know that no one should die because of an election. That would have its own. Yes, out of for the event. Yes. Good morning, guys. My all-time favorite was Traore, but as a security person, I very knew that it wasn't right and appropriate for him to enter a sovereign country with a weapon on him. And also, my favorite again was the setup of the event grounds. Geram from Adam.
So I can see a common thread. A lot of people are happy with the setup. The speech is also okay as well. Here's a few more personally coming through.
Also like Traore being in Ghana.
Good morning, City team. Happy New Year to you guys. My take from the president's speech was his satiric yet friendly discipline of Akufo-Addo by the Mahama. His speech for me was authentic and very relatable and addressed Ghana's present situation. The doco was just on point, but the backdrop gave me a Nigeria feel. For the Nigerian president with as guest speaker, I kind of understood Ghana was very well sold to the rest of the world well. The president's attire was intentional and admirable. This is Enoch Apia from Alajo. A couple more. Bernard, good morning. Live Pure is a greeting in our Wesley Girls fraternity. This is a gay old girl meeting a fellow gay old girl. Our motto by which we greet is Live Pure, speak true, right, wrong, follow the king. Okay, I think we mentioned that earlier.
So who is the king?
Christ. It's a Methodist school. Ben, my highlight, Bola was looking for his speech on the screen, and so when he couldn't find it, he started looking for his bodyguard. Is this true?
It's not.
No, it's not true.
Okay. And I also like the gap between where the president was sitting and where his former vice was sitting. The gap was very wide. Oh, George, in Adenta. People are putting things like Patrick says, my highlight, seeing Kufuor in a wheelchair, yet not accepting himself from congratulating the president. That was great. All right.
But they showed some overhead shots yesterday. They should not have. Some drone shots took us to some places.
What do you mean?
It was showing.
We understand that in our Ghana, we see different faces.
Oh no, not on a day like this.
But some of the faces, we beg. When we are selling the country, we should confide. No. We like you. That side.
All right. So Caleb, as a younger Ghanaian, what did you make of the event, and what did you like about yesterday?
So yesterday brought to the fore a collection of Ghanaian artistry. I mean, you've all mentioned a number of things that would jump at everyone, so I would just put them in the order of how I saw in themes. So first, I thought it was orderly, it was clean, it was not chaotic. You saw the inner perimeter for the parliamentary and all the procedural work, and then for those in the popular stand, there was enough space for the cars to move around. So it was very orderly, not as chaotic. I love that. Aesthetically, Godfred has spoken at length on that. I also thought that beauty was well put together. So Ghanaian artistry, if you're looking at event organization, for those who had to think through it and execute it, they did a good job.
Yeah.
And so if we are to do everything else like we saw on the inauguration day, that will be good for us. You can think about the businesses this will create also for all the people who are in that line of things. So I thought that was beautiful. There's one thing, it's all now memory. What we will look forward to, what we will have is the photographs and the images. And I thought that our creatives in that space did a very good job capturing some of the images. If you missed out on it, if you missed some moments, you will go back to some photographs and say, oh, this is a very nice moment you probably missed. And I think that our creatives did a good job capturing those moments for us to see, reflect on. And I think a lot of people will grab that photograph of the Chief Justice, the first female Vice President, and the secretary of the judicial secretary, probably frame that and keep somewhere for their daughters to look forward to. But for the creatives, we wouldn't have had that. The creatives don't get a lot of props and credit for what they do. So I think that was great. I took notice of the fashion on display. It was very Ghanaian. I don't think you go anywhere you see the level of kente, the sophistication, the beauty, the diversity of it. It's a very typical part of us that we often take for granted.
Colorful,
very colorful, very radiant, and the fashion houses we have in Ghana, they are doing so well.
Yeah,
I took notice.
I'm told
of how
that the guy who
came
designed the president's outfit is a young.
Bondana is the name of his brand, I think. It's some young guy.
He'll hit too.
I'm telling you. And you must credit President Mahama for this. I think the last time during his first administration he did the State of the Nation address, he was wearing a husband shoe. He mentioned it. That must have come with a lot of mileage for the brand as well. So
using his platform to promote Ghanaian business.
I thought that was beautiful.
So yesterday, for instance, while we were off air, when I saw the attire, then I engaged my colleagues on the panel. I was saying that by now, the person doing the announcement, like the president, so you see the details of the attire. It would have been sweet if they were reading it, drawing our attention to this is why he chose this. That background, you see, the Queen of England or the King of England. Normally, these things are explained. This and that done by this and that and
so
that.
So the guests would have known.
Exactly
what the attire meant and that
exactly. And I hope that at the end of the former and now president's what do you call it, tenure, we would have this attire in a museum somewhere. Because these things matter.
That's true.
200 years from now, 100 years from now, 50 years from now,
what it sort of communicates,
exactly, you should be properly put in a museum somewhere, and we should repeat that for all our former presidents. It's necessary.
I agree with you, Bernard. I also took notice of the sheer number of heads of state from the African
continent. Can you go through the list for me?
That came up. We had Gabon. Let's
play a game. Mention the country. Let me see if I can know the president. Because when I was young, I knew all these things, but these days I forgot.
Let me start with those that are easier for now. DRC Congo.
Is it Etienne Tshisekedi?
Okay. Guinea, Equatorial Guinea.
One of the Nguemas.
Okay.
The deputy came.
No, so the deputy, not the main guy.
So Uganda was here.
Uganda was not the president. It was the head of something.
Yeah.
Because if Museveni was here, I would have known.
Namibia.
The whole world would have known.
Yeah, you very Museveni.
I don't know Namibia president. It's a new guy.
Namibia is a lady, actually. It's a woman.
What's the name?
I struggle to say.
It's a new one.
It's plenty.
In my heart, do you know this? I would have known. What other one do you have?
Kenya was here, William.
Ruto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kenya. Liberia was here.
What's the name of the Liberian guy? What's his name? Or a new Nigerian president? Buakai. He defeated George Weah after a run.
Trademark heart.
Yeah, Buakai. Buakai, okay.
Yes, the Namibian president is Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa.
Yeah, man.
It's a woman.
Yes.
Botswana is it from the lineage of this? I don't remember the name of the new guy. What's the president of Botswana?
Oh, the new one, yes, the one who broke the mold.
Like what happened in Ghana?
Yeah, because usually there was one.
Boko.
Yeah. Because there's Serestakama and then the same group. So this is an opposition guy who won.
Kicked down Masisi.
So this is. Don't tell me your laptop is going off.
Oh no, it's not.
So Botswana is.
Duma
Boko was here himself. Which other country was there?
Tanzania, Vice President of Tanzania, Equatorial Guinea, and Uganda. So for these countries, they are.
I don't have the name of their vice.
Zimbabwe sent somebody else other than the vice president.
Yeah,
I think they brought some.
Crocodile didn't come.
No.
Continue with the list.
Gambia, I don't know. If
Gambia, I don't know.
Adama Barrow.
Did he come?
Yeah, he was here. Adama Barrow was here. He was in a brown kaftan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Adama Barrow came himself.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't brown. It was burgundy.
Okay. Which other country do you have?
Colors. Then there was Nigeria, of course.
Bola Tinubu.
Botswana, I've mentioned that. Liberia, Namibia, DRC Congo. Essentially, these.
No, you haven't. Senegal was there.
Senegal, okay. I don't know.
Madabio was here.
Deputy for
Senegal was here.
Sierra Leone was here.
Rwanda was here. Sierra Leone was here.
Yeah, Rwanda. I've not even come to that. Sorry.
I think your list is not complete.
Malian,
not exhaustive.
Chadian was also here.
Yes, was here.
We had over almost 20 presidents.
Chad. Yeah, yes. Chad. Yes.
Wow.
20 years of king.
Dabi Itno was here.
Yeah.
Dabi Itno.
Yeah, he was here.
Idris Dabi's son.
Yes.
Was Guinea here?
Guinea, which of the Guineas?
Guinea.
No.
Guinea didn't come. But what about Mali?
They don't travel easy.
What about Mali?
I didn't see Mali.
Mali didn't come. But Togo.
Togo.
Mali sent a rep.
Yeah, there was someone from Mali.
But Togo 4 was here.
Yes, 4 was here.
Was here.
And Bernard,
what about Benin?
Benin
was here.
Because Mahama went to see Benin.
Yeah,
yes,
Benin was
it
here.
was the first country I think he visited.
What's the name of the Benin?
Benin was here.
CBS.
I hear good reports about Benin in terms of development. Talon. So basically, all our neighbors came, but I didn't hear of Cote d'Ivoire.
The deputy was here.
Patrice Talon.
So on the coast, Senegal, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone all came in terms of presidents. Cote d'Ivoire vice president, Togo president, Benin president, Nigeria president. Did Cameroon come?
No.
We didn't have Cameroon.
Yeah, there's some place for Switzerland, most likely.
No, but
he's back in town.
But you know what it means, though. Ghana is quite a good neighbor because almost everybody came.
Yeah.
On that stretch from Senegal to Nigeria, everybody came.
Yeah.
And then on the Sahel stretch, apart from Guinea, Burkina was there, Mali came with a
Do you see Niger there?
Niger, no. I don't see Niger.
You didn't see Niger?
No, all the players in the Sahel.
Because of the insecurity, some of them don't want to travel. There's also Chad.
But Chad came.
Chad came. DRC came. Congo Brazzaville came.
Yes.
A lot of South. I didn't hear of Zambia though.
Yeah, they didn't.
I didn't hear of Zambia.
And our in-laws, Zimbabwe.
They sent a
rep.
They sent a minister, be like that, a senior minister.
But Kenya was here, Tanzania was here, Botswana was here,
Senegal,
Namibia was here.
Rwanda.
I'm in the south now.
Okay.
It's the North Africans that we didn't get.
The Moroccan Speaker of Parliament came.
Okay.
I did not hear of Algeria or Egypt or Tunisia in terms of high level people. They probably did. Babi was mentioning a lot of names, so we may have missed some.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if a high level person from Egypt is in town, you will know. If a high level person from Algeria is in town, you will know.
Yeah, I think the Moroccans were the most high profile in terms of that strip. They sent the third in command, I think the Speaker of their Parliament also.
Yeah. There was something that I noticed, and hopefully perhaps going forward we should improve it. I don't know why the inspection of the guard of honor was done at the tail end. It looked as though it was an afterthought. I think that maybe the calculation was that he inspects and then he goes away. But that usually affected the production because normally
it starts at the beginning.
You swear in, blah blah blah, you are sworn into office, then you go down, you do the inspection, and you come back and read the speech, something like that. But for some reason, it was
so even before you read the speech, you do the inspection.
Yeah, that's right. But for some reason, they put it at the tail end. And then people were moving around. Now the soldiers he was now going to,
It wasn't tidy.
Yeah, it wasn't tidy. I
didn't know they do it. I thought they even do it before they start the program.
No. By then you are not present.
Maybe we don't even need to inspect guard of honor anymore. What does it take out?
There are some things that are just
you
nice.
are commander-in-chief of
it's
the
nice.
armed forces.
It's invisible. The people have lined up already.
No, they should do it.
No, you go and inspect it.
Even when the president comes to the airport, sometimes they do a guard of honor. It's nice. We need to be reminded of what is beautiful. When the soldiers stand up like that, it's very nice. Even if it doesn't add anything, it's still beautiful.
Except that some of them didn't iron their things properly. They folded. No. I mean, we should be open about these things. But because military discipline, Charlie.
Are you sure somebody
show
up and not iron?
I'm telling you. Look, if you go back to the shop.
We
are talking about all the good things. Let's also admit that there were little. Yeah. Either he ironed it and then folded it.
The light.
Chen mami bon komobi min komo nyina ni de min do nkro fontiasi odona mi o ma won kutonu obi arani wa obotu asisama dwin wo wo
Osut na mi chen mami bon komobi en komo nyina ni de obi anyi wo se Snami chen
All right, so a few more comments. I'm told Algeria was there. So when we say was there, we're basically talking about the
high-level representation.
Yeah, so I'm told that Guinea was there, Niger was there, Niger's prime minister was there. You see, because of the way
the guy who is the military leader in one of the Guinea.
So there's Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah, he was there.
But Sky, Guinea's prime minister. See, this is the thing about Africa. Some of the countries have prime ministers, but they're not that prominent. So we don't know them. We know presidents. So the Niger PM was there, which is a high position.
Yeah.
All right, and then Guinea too was there as well. So I feel like Ghana's, and I think you made the point earlier, and we need to be very proud of this, that our neighbors respect what we have, and they admire it. We should not play with it. Okay. For somebody to consider an election less than 2 days after voting, the transition has had issues, but it's still better than most places on the continent. Even the speech of the incoming president, the fact the former president was there, Kufuor is still there. These are things that some people. Nathan used to tell me that when he used to lecture some students from some African countries, he said they've never even heard of the possibility of voting for your own president. He said his whole life there's only
one man,
Omar Bongo. So they don't even understand the concept that we are going to change the president. He says it's alien to him.
He's left the scene.
Yeah, but his son has taken over. You get it? So it's like one family. I mean, if you were born in Togo, your president is Eyadema, his son is your president, his grandson may even be your next president till you die. You get it? So we are lucky. Look, we've had 13 heads of state. 13 heads of state. And indeed, maybe tonight on the point of view, I'll do something on this. The Fourth Republic has been the most successful, despite all its flaws. The First Republic was the longest until a time. Second Republic didn't last long at all. Third Republic also didn't last long.
Sure.
But the man who interrupted the Third Republic, credit to him, after his first decade as a democratic military leader, he came up with the 93 Constitution, which we voted to accept. And you are a constitutional lawyer, you know. It's 32 years. It's not the best, but it's, look, I don't think there are many countries on the continent with 3 decades of
uninterrupted.
Yes, and you see, democracy has many layers. Being able to choose your leader, in my view, is the first place. Yes, you need other things. The protection of minority rights. You have to have quality outcome in terms of education and economics. But trust me, being able to even choose your leader, having judiciary, having a parliament that functions, having a media to do what we do, a lot of people don't have it. So I remember in 2016, I was here with the team on election night, and the team came from NDA. NDA, they are an American group. They call them the National Democratic something. So this is an American think tank. So they brought observers here. The leader of the team was at the time the governor of Kaduna State or somebody. I think he was called some short guy. Some short guy is a governor of Kaduna State. I forget his name.
Don't worry, go on. You don't have too much time.
And he said, you guys shouldn't take what you have for granted. All right? Despite all the things that you say about the country, for those of us from outside, when we see you guys, you are doing a lot. And Ghana is a very important democracy on the continent. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but whatever. And that was 8 years ago, right? And I took that to heart. This is a governor of a state telling a young journalist that he should value what his country has in terms of the media freedom, the elections, and all of that. So I'm just saying to the political class, the media, and the Ghanaian society that we should build on what we have. We shouldn't take it for granted. We shouldn't assume that it is of course. It's not of course. Some people don't have it. There are many flaws in our democracy we are working on every day, which is why we advocate, which is why we come on air. But you need to cherish what you have before you can add value to it. All right. So that's basically my summary of yesterday and the transitional period that we're in.
Let me wrap up with a couple of other messages.
Yes, please.
Quickly.
Before we get into effective living series today. So yes, a few more comments on this.
This one says, go up.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning to you and your distinguished listeners. Efukoku, the situation concerning a military leader of Burkina Faso arises from the discord between him and ECOWAS. There's a possibility that he could be overthrown during any event within the sub-region, especially considering that he may seek to safeguard his position within West Africa, but not beyond its borders. Have a pleasant day and keep faith in the successes that are ahead of us as a country. But then cool. The Burkinabe leader is popular in Ghana because of the numerous positive programs he initiated in his country. Some of the sterling policies have resulted in the transformation of Burkina Faso. So that's you see.
The name is El Rufai. El Rufai.
El
Rufai. I remember now.
Mention
yes,
something
El Rufai.
quickly.
Yes.
There are a lot of unverified claims about
what is happening in Burkina Faso. No, so you tell me.
I spend a lot of time working in that place. Burkina Faso is not Ouagadougou.
Okay.
It's a very large country.
Okay.
People should not believe everything they hear.
Yeah.
If you want to see what is happening in Burkina Faso, go there and don't land in Ouagadougou.
The grass is always greener, right?
And see the country for yourself.
So a lot of people are taking.
People should take it easy.
No, I want you to
there are
elaborate.
positives.
You see, it's important because you see, again, because of social media,
so much information.
You are able to frame a certain story and a narrative for people to easily believe.
I know.
All right. Now
there's a very calculated myth that has been built around what is happening in Burkina
it's like
Faso.
It's not just him. They make it seem as if Guinea. So there's this narrative
Look,
around these military guys have come in.
They say, for instance, that Burkina Faso is debt free. All kinds of these very bogus claims are happening.
And Pascal, some of that is from the anti-French sentiment. You see, so when citizens are frustrated with the status quo, we sought to hyperbolize what the new guy is doing. But Burkina Faso is not as great as people think it is.
It's not all negative. There are positives. I mean, there are parts of the country people feel a lot of hope because of some of the things.
Yeah.
But people should be careful about believing all the claims. Like I said, it's like saying Ghana is Accra.
And the
Burkina Faso goes beyond.
And the irony of celebrating your 32nd year of a republic with another transition.
That was my problem.
And then giving acclaim to somebody who's essentially interrupted the democratic process.
Let me tell you something.
It's not so for me.
Another day.
For me, no, I think we should point it out. We say we need to be very clear what we value as a people.
Yeah, so let me tell you something. You know the Rawlings, swearing in ceremony.
Yeah.
Look, it went deep into the night because there was a major tussle between the foreign powers, many of the West African powers, and Ghana over whether Abacha
should be invited.
Attend. Yes, and it was on the back of the killing of Saru. He attended, but ultimately, the agreement, as I understand it, speaking to people who were very close to the situation, was that look, he is the head of ECOWAS. You understand? So he's coming not as head of state of Nigeria.
Not an endorsement of his governance.
Exactly, because Kenza Ruwiwa was killed and all kinds of
Abacha was a very serious
issue.
Yeah,
so the Western leaders were not ready. They don't want to get involved, blah, blah, blah. So the swearing in had to go into the night. Because the guy came in straight from Nigeria. They picked him up at the airport, brought him straight to the grounds, and then he took part in the process. Even when he came, he was not in his military attire. He came in his the traditional agbada and did his thing, and after that he left.
So young people should be very careful what they celebrate, because you cannot be saying you are proud to be a Ghanaian with 32 years of a fourth republic which has lasted. We are a constitutional democracy. We believe in change of governments by the ballot, not the bullet. We believe in the rule of law. It's not a perfect society, but we cannot be endorsing military adventurers with guns in their side arms, greeting our president. It's not the best picture to paint. And I think it's ironic for us to be cheering him. So I kind of agree with you. And I think that people should also be careful what they consume, which is why it's important for people like us to be here to cut through the chase, because there's a lot of things on social media that are telling stories that are not even true.
If you think it's fine, move to Burkina Faso.
Thank you. Now, when we come back, Caleb, what are we doing?
Bernard, we are sitting with Michael Ohinefa, co-founder of Leader Freak, to discuss a new mindset needed to excel in a tumultuous world. This year on Effective Living Series, we are talking about reset for success. We are in a season of resetting. So, reset for success. And week 1, we are focusing on the mindset. And Michael Ohinefa is our first guest.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you are assured of quality education. We offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experienced and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Let's clean soap, clean.
Hello there. It's the Gadget Master Free TV Winner-thon. From now till 30th of January 2025, shop your favorite gadget and stand a chance to win a free TV. And one is what will be a free the Gadget Master. Now we're winning free smart TV. Brought to you in partnership with NLA Caritas. Remember, the more you shop, the more you win. Shop now. Your free TV awaits you. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply.
When you hear that sound, it can only mean one thing. It's the sound of excitement, the sound of milky goodness. It's the unmistakable sound of rich, creamy deliciousness. The sound that lets you know that the original milky richness awaits. The milky richness you can find in every bite of Munchie Milk Shortcake.
With its unique blend of milky richness and carefully selected ingredients, Munchie Milk Shortcake is crafted from an original age-old recipe to delight your taste buds. If you're looking for pure satisfaction and the authentic taste of original milky richness, it's time to grab a pack of your favorite biscuit, Munchie Milk Shortcake, today.
This advert is FDA approved.
So dear. Are you looking for an institution of higher learning to unlock your potentials? Look no further than Valley View University, Ghana's premier chartered private university. Valley View University offers undergraduate and postgraduate degree programs in business administration, education, computer science, agriculture science, agribusiness, information technology, nursing and midwifery, development studies. Join a community that shapes character and provides excellent education. Apply now. www.admissions.vvu.edu.gh. For enquiries, call 050-970-3052 or 030-7011-846. Valley View University, excellence, integrity, and service.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Nine, ready for Effective Living series. Everywhere I go. Week 1, we are looking at personal reset, and our pure course guest today is Michael Ohinefa. Effective Living series is sponsored by Hallmark Cafe. Hallmark Cafe, delight in every sip and bite. So take your pen and paper and enjoy this thought-provoking session with Michael Ohinefa.
Don't you know? Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Hello and Happy New Year. This is the Effective Living Series 2025 here on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Apioko Sarah Mashong Abe and I am your host. Now this year, we're looking at something very interesting when it comes to the Effective Living Series, the reset. How do you reset your life? Personally, in business, for community, generally, how do you go about resetting everything around you for your success? That's what we're doing this year in 2025. Now, the Effective Living Series, if you're encountering it for the very first time, is your go-to guide on how to actually get your New Year's resolutions manifesting. So you don't just write them down or think them or dream them, but you go after them and you make them happen. And this year, we're doing it within the context of reset. This is week 1. And in week 1, we're focusing on the personal reset. Today in particular, we're talking about the new mindset for thriving, existing, making it happen in a tumultuous world. And I have the perfect person to take us through this. We have Michael Hiniefa. He's the co-founder of Lead Afrique International. He's an author and he's a development consultant, one of my favorite people in all of the world and in Ghana as well. So Michael is going to take us through a little presentation, and after that, we'll sit down and have a conversation. Very welcome you are.
Hello, my dear friend. Happy New Year. I'm here today to talk about mindset shift. Mindset shift. You know, all the political economies, the global intelligence agencies are predicting that 2025 will be tumultuous. There are wars in the Middle East. We don't know when it's going to end or what shape it will take. Ukraine is still unresolved. Sudan is still on fire. And with it also a lot of political changes in most of the major economies of the world. And so no matter how we look at it, 2025 will not be a normal year. And if you want to excel in this tumultuous world, what must you do? My belief is that you will need to have a new mindset for you to succeed in this 2025. You know, I made an observation that there are Indians, Syrians, Lebanese, and lately Chinese, Filipinos, and others who are doing very well in this our country called Ghana. If you look at the major supermarket chains, if you look at the Spinters Road, the people who are running the retail sector of this country, they are mostly foreigners. And in trying to, you know, understand what is going on, I ask myself, so what is the difference? How come these foreigners come into Ghana, they succeed, they do very well, and we are still there, you know, scratching the surface? We are still saying that we are saying Ghana yedding and Ibahi. What is going on? Now, my dear friend, I find out that it is a matter of perspective. It is a matter of mindset. You know, when these, and I'm not being racist, I'm not being, this is just for purposes of us learning. You realize that when people come into a new country, they come in with a new mindset. They come in with an attitude that they want to succeed no matter how the economy is. And so we have Indians who come to Ghana with nothing, and within 5 years they are millionaires. We were all here when Palace Mall started on the Spinters Road as one single shop. Today Palace is a giant. Now what is going on in less than 10 years? We're all here when Malcolm opened in 1989 with one shop in Accra Central. Today Malcolm has over 60 shops across the country, and yet there are people who started in Makola in one shop who are still there in that one shop. Now what is going on? Also, let us look at our own siblings, our own uncles and others who travel outside. Immediately they go outside, they are like, hey, it's a different ball game, and they work hard. Some work 3 jobs. And they are able to change their personal economy through that. And yet, when we are in our own country, everybody relaxes. You know, we've been moving offices in the last week of December, and I was amazed at the attitude of the workers who were coming to work for us. A painter will come and he takes one whole day just to paint 4 doors, you know, and I'm wondering what is going on. And so, my dear friend, the point I'm trying to make today is that the global economy, the national economy, is nothing. What matters is how you want to position yourself, the attitude, the mindset that you want to have in 2025. And that is what we are going to talk about. To do that, I have just 3-part presentation, and then we are done. Number 1 is recognize. Number 2 is reassess. And then the final one is respond. So we are going to talk about recognize, reassess, and then respond. As I said, you are not going to succeed or change your personal fortunes in 2025 if you do not change your mindset or your attitude. 2025 is not a new year. What will be new is the new you. How you decide to conduct yourself, your personal affairs in 2025. That is what makes it new. I have said it on this platform that every new year, what the chance, the opportunity it presents for you and I is to do new things. If you don't do new things, you'll remain the same. And so recognize that your 2025 won't change until you change. I'm going to repeat that. Your 2025 will not change until you change. All right. So let us now go to reassess. Now, the year is very young. So I want you to take pen and paper, take a small notebook, and ask yourself, how did my 2024 go? What did I learn about 2024? What mistakes did I make? What achievements did I make? What helped me to have a better 2024? And now how can I package all these lessons so that my 2025 will be very different? So do that assessment. Now, to do that also, ask yourself, what skills do I have that can earn me money or change my life circumstances in 2025? What skills? Because you see, every money you are going to make in 2025, you make it because you are selling a set of skills. Somebody is buying that set of skills, either for salary, for wage, or for a fee. And so if you don't build skills, how are you going to make the money? If you don't change your skills, if you don't upskill, if you don't add on, how are you going to have a new 2025? And so do that personal self-assessment. Then do a national self-assessment. In your space, in your economic sector, where is the sector heading towards? So whether you are in retail, you are in pharmacy, you are in education, you are in health, whatever it is, you are in banking, you are in microfinance, whatever it is, whichever sector of the economy you find yourself, ask yourself, what are the strategic imperatives that are going to shape how this sector is going to be like in 2025, so that you can change your small business, so that you can change your company to be able to respond to the strategic imperatives that are going to shape your economic sector. So you are doing 2 assessments. One is personal, one is the economy or your personal economy. Then you must effect changes, because as I said, your 2025 will remain the same unless you change something that you have been doing. If you continue to do the same things that you did in 2025 as you did in 2024, you would have the same economy. All right, so make some changes. All right, now respond. Let us look at response. So you've recognized that things are not going to remain the same. You recognize that everything will change as you know it. You recognize that we have a new government that is going to find its feet and will use about 6 months to settle. You recognize that everything is going to change. You have done an assessment, a personal one, and then a sector one. Where are the changes going to come from, and how are you going to respond to these changes? Now let us look at the response. Now I want you to look at the butterfly. Very beautiful creature. But the butterfly does not start life as a butterfly. It starts life as a caterpillar. And then it goes through 4 changes before it becomes a butterfly. And so the butterfly does not remain at the caterpillar stage. It goes to become a chrysalis, then it melts, and then it becomes what? The butterfly. So as the economy is changing at the global level and at the personal level and at the country level, you must change so that you remain relevant. If the butterfly says it will not change from a caterpillar, then it will remain at the caterpillar stage. But the butterfly goes through these painful processes of change so that it can remain that beautiful butterfly that you see it. But to do that means that you need to answer some questions. So let me ask you, in these changes that the economy presents for you, 2 questions. Now, will you remain the same in 2025 as you were in 2024, hoping that life goes back to normal? Number 2, will you use these changes as an opportunity to radically transform your life and business? Because things are going to change. A new government, new positions, the public service will be overhauled, political administrations will be overhauled. Are you going to sit down and do abobo and ababa and think that, oh, things are this and that? Or you will use it as an opportunity to change your life, to change your business, to change your personal economy? These are the 2 questions I want you to reflect on as you prepare for this year. Now, let me ask you 3 more powerful questions. Now, of all the things that are happening, what are you learning? What are you learning? What did I learn from the situation? For instance, maybe you were laid off. For instance, maybe you change jobs. What did you learn through the process? And then number 2, how can I grow as a person from this experience? Maybe, for instance, your biggest supplier, change and change vendors and started working with a new vendor. What did you learn from the process? And then number 3, what 3 positive things did I learn from this experience? You need to look at them. Now, you need to find solutions to problems. That is one of the mindsets I want you to have as you prepare for your 2025. Because you see, you make money by doing 2 things. You either provide good feelings or you provide solutions. So which one of these are you going to bank on to change your 2025? What solutions can you make better, faster, and cheaper? Because that is all we are doing in the economy. You make something better, faster, or cheaper so that others will come to you. And so everybody is sowing, but if you can find a way to sow faster, everybody is going to come to you. If you can find a way to make it cheaper, everybody is going to come to you. So please find that out. And then let me ask you 3 questions. As I said earlier on, crisis, tumultuous economy, uncertain future. Now, if you want to have a new mindset, to look at this world through a different pair of spectacles, then reflect on these 3 questions. What does this crisis make possible? New government, new administration, new appointments. Ask yourself, what does it make possible for me? Number 2, what good could come out of this? What good could come out of this? Number 3, how do I need to grow to become an even bigger channel in this situation? In what ways must you grow? Because if you don't grow, your life will remain the same. And then number 4, what's the opportunity for growth, for expansion, and for new possibilities in this situation? Once you can take pen and paper and answer these 4 questions, what you are doing is that you are looking at the national economy through a different glasses. And once you begin to shift your mindset, everything will begin to fall in place for you. And that is the new mindset, my friends, I want you to have. I want you to develop as you prepare to usher in, or as you prepare to do life in 2025. And if you can do that, then I know that you would have reinvented yourself. You are not going to remain at caterpillar stage. You'll be able to move to the butterfly stage, which is when you have ultimately achieved your life goals, your life dreams, your life aspirations for 2025. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
This is still the Effective Living series right here on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Apioko, and we've been hearing from a whole lot from Michael Hiniefa. He's the co-founder of Lead Afrique International. He's an author and he's a development consultant. And today we're talking about something very important. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you think so or not. It is important, I'm telling you. We're talking about the new mindset that you need to excel in a tumultuous world. And Michael has taken us through a crash course. It's a master class, really, on how to get that done. This is week 1 of the Effective Living Series 2025. And this week we're talking about the personal reset within the bigger context for the year's theme, resetting your life. And that can be personally, in business, in family, you name it. We just need a reset, and we're here to show you how to do it. So I'm going to have a conversation with Michael now about some of the things that he has taken us through. Mike, hello.
Hi.
How are we doing?
You're doing very well.
Happy New Year. It's good to have you here.
Many happy returns.
It's good to have you here.
May this year, 2025, be the best year of your life.
Amen. Amen to that. I receive it. I hope our viewers and listeners are receiving it too. But Mike, so we're talking about a tumultuous world, and in your presentation, you highlighted something that is a bit scary. And perhaps a lot of us have heard of it, but we've not really paid attention to it. The fact that many economists are saying that the year 2025 is going to be a difficult one, economically speaking. And it doesn't matter whether you're a billionaire or you're the person who's earning paycheck to paycheck, there will be tough times. Now, you highlighted a number of things. I'm calling them your 3.
To pay attention to the shifts. I was conducting training in